everyone, welcome back to another month of For the Love of Crafting and Sharing, and thank you for joining me again today. Two things before I get started. Number one, I encourage you to check out all the links below and follow along on the Hop so you can watch everybody's videos. We have some new members that have joined us recently, so it's a lot of fun. It's fun to watch the group grow and to see what everybody makes. Number two is I'm going to apologize real quick, although they seem to have settled down now. If you guys can hear my neighbors doing any yard work or housework, anything like that, I do apologize. I came in here to do my video, and of course that's when they all started. So anyways, the month of May is to use florals. That was our prompt for this month. And of course, Bloom Street screams florals, every aspect of it almost. So I decided to pull out my Bloom Street. I've actually been wanting to use it anyway, so that was just the perfect reason to get it out. I'm going to follow this sketch by page maps, but you can see just looking at this sketch that I'm really kind of just going off of what I was looking for was 4 photos, a sketch with 4 photos. And I didn't want to cut them any smaller than 4x4. I almost didn't want to cut them down. I almost did a double page because, you know, I like when you go to meet Tinkerbell in Disneyland, it's all decorated. It's not just, you know, well, it's Disneyland, so everything's decorated, right? But I didn't want to lose too much of that. But I also know I've already done 1 page with this collection for Tinkerbell from this same visit. It was just Tinkerbell and my youngest son. Well, my husband was in it too because he was holding my youngest son. But I knew that if I did this in a single page, I could just have them together in the layout, almost mimicking a double page spread, but they're each going to be their own little thing. Does that make sense? And when I do single page layouts, I do not care at all if the page that's next to it in my album matches or doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, most of the time it does not match. And like I said, it doesn't bother me. I view them, you know, as single layouts. So that's not a problem. But I was just thinking, hey, I had these photos out. I might as well use them. And I love this collection. I bought that green floral paper, which to me didn't really match a whole lot of other elements in the collection anyway. So I figured I wanted to use this up anyway. So that is another reason I picked this collection. Although looking at my 6x8 pads now, I completely forgot there is some green and pink papers in there. That pink that I'm laying down now was from the 6x8 pad, and I cut it down quite a bit so I could save it. It's a gorgeous, you can see the sparkly silver that's in it. I can't remember what you call that. Now I remember I asked in another video what that was called and somebody answered, and now I can't remember the silver shine. I'm just going to call it silver shine. But anyways, so I really love how this layout turns out. So you can see I somewhat followed the sketch, but at the same time, I really didn't. I literally mostly just took inspiration from how the photos were and how some of the background papers were. I am using these alphabets, and I have to confess that I did purchase these alphabets after, you know, you guys know I'm on an alphabet spending freeze, but I saw these, my little scrapbook store had these, and they were selling them during a live sale, and I immediately thought of this Bloom Street collection because there's so much of that silver sparkly shininess. I mean, you can see it here on these sticker sheets that I knew those alphabets would fit in really well. So this layout actually, and that's going to be my title, is just Tinkerbell. There is a word that says hello somewhere that I'm going to think about for a minute, that it would have looked cute going above the word Tinkerbell, but I didn't really want it. I just wanted that Tinkerbell, and I liked the way it looked up here on the left-hand side. I don't remember if that's where they had it on the sketch. I want to say maybe they didn't have it in that spot, but that doesn't matter. But before I put the word Tinkerbell down, I did use my ruler here, you know, the We Are Memory Keepers thicker alignment tool, which I very rarely use, but I wanted to put it on there to play around with where I put the title. And now I knew that I wanted the title up there, so I'm just trying to find something else to kind of help it sit on like a shelf, you know what I mean? Plus I wanted to kind of start my cluster area up there in that corner. And I knew I have a ton of these florals. I actually bought a second pack. This collection is so gorgeous that I bought a second 6x8 pad and a second pack of the florals. I used a lot of the florals on the first layout that I did, so I wanted to make sure I had plenty of the florals. So you can kind of see there, I still haven't put my title down. I was going through this little sticker book, and I thought that maybe some of these little, I guess I call these kind of washi tape type stickers because there's a whole sheet there, although they're very glossy and definitely not the same texture as washi tape. But I thought it would be fun to kind of play around with those and get those used up. And I really liked that it kind of brought in that tealish blue color that Tinkerbell actually has on in her clothes. If you look close enough in the pictures, you can see that Tinkerbell has like a greenish tealish outfit on. So her jacket it was anyways. So I really liked that. So then I decided to go ahead and put my title down, but then I realized that I didn't like how far to the left that letter T was. So even though I used that thicker alignment tool, I had to move them all anyway, which I would have probably actually be very careful if you use that tool, because with these, if you bend them too much, which you kind of have to bend the ruler to get them out from underneath. So these will kind of wrinkle if you bend them too much. So I almost didn't want to do it that way. So, but it worked out. I think the N has a little wrinkly spot on it, but I'm still going to use it. I would not waste it for any means. But I decided I was going to add a butterfly, and I was going for more the yellow-green looking type butterfly just to kind of bring in. There's a lot of pinks and dark green right now. So I'm trying to add in more of the colors that, again, just Tinkerbell is wearing, and she's wearing more of the greens and the kind of tealish blue. So I made this butterfly like I always do. I put glue dots in the middle and then foam tape under the wings, and I actually doubled up on the foam tape on one of the wings just to kind of give it a little tiny bit more movement. I don't know, I just kind of felt like doing it. So I added it there in that cluster, and then I was looking around at these stickers and thought about using the star, and you will see why I chose to use the star here in a few minutes. Now I am just playing around with anything else. I thought about using this, but I'm not going to do any journaling on this page because it's just us meeting Tinkerbell. I did a little bit of journaling on the page that's going to be next to it, so I don't feel like I need any journaling on this page. A lot of times when we meet the characters, unless something funny happens, I don't feel like I need to journal that, if that makes sense. So, and there's a lot of Disneyland photos I won't journal. There is some that I do, and I feel like that's enough. So I'm working on this side now, and I'm going to try, I thought maybe I would pull out some more of this washi tape type stickers to kind of bring down more colors to that area. I felt like there was a lot of pink over here on this side. So I pulled out that green one, and I wasn't sure about it at first, but once I put the next floral, I'm going to find another floral to go on it. And I'm going to place that floral. So two things happened. One, where the floral sits, you can see I've added the rest of that little heart. So the heart rose sticker that I've added at the top, I cut it shorter, and I'm adding the rest of the heart sticker down on top of this, or into this cluster. And when I place this floral down as well, I'm also turning the leaves and everything on it so that you can still see part of that green washi tape type sticker coming out. So the heart sticker, the row of hearts goes over it just a hair, and you can see on the right hand side where the green washi tape sticker comes out. Hope all that makes sense. Which I'm trying not to say I hope all that makes sense anymore, because my mom tells me I say that all the time. Anyways, the other thing I thought about trying was this bird, and I kind of liked it there, but the title was just a little bit too far down, and I didn't want to have to cut off any of its wings. And to me, I don't really always feel like everything has to be matchy-matchy, but I just wasn't feeling the whole bird and Tinkerbell thing. I thought maybe I'm kind of left it there for a few minutes, but it is not going to stay on there. I was kind of trying to mimic the whole fairy bird slash thing, but yeah, it's not working out. So it's not going to go on there. But I did want to add some more flowers. And again, I'm trying to think of the colors that are already on the layout and what colors I'm trying to bring down around to that cluster. I also added a yellow one up there, and I'm going to add another yellow flower. There's really not much yellow on here, but it's just enough to kind of, you know, make the layout not seem just pink and purple and blue. So playing around as well with these word stickers. I really like these word stickers. You can see, I can't remember what the one at the top says, but I added that one up there, and I wasn't sure at first, but I kind of really like it up there as well. So I also added this green one, but I did cut it down a little bit because there was just too much of the green. And then I saw this flower, which I really wanted to use this because to me, this really screamed, you know, if you've ever been to Disneyland where you meet Tinkerbell, you can even see in the pictures, it's like these bell flowers, and those stickers would have been perfect, but it wouldn't fit anywhere after I'd already done all this. So, I will leave a link below to these Bloom Street collection if you are interested. And scrapbook.com, one of those sticker sheets that I have is an exclusive just to scrapbook.com if you are interested in that. I think it's kind of cool that they did the exclusive. I'm trying to add a little bit more to this. And looking at that, I can't remember if I leave that there or not. Where's my layout? Oh, I don't know. I must have put it away, but oh, I moved it. I actually like the way that looked a moment ago, but I did end up moving that, I guess, apparently. But really, I'm going to add a few more things into each of the clusters, and that's all it's going to be. It's more of one of those type of layouts that's diagonal, so there's not going to be 3 clusters. There's just going to be 2. Oh, I forgot. Right now I'm looking for, remember seeing these teeny little ladybug stickers. And so I'm going to take 2 of these little ladybug stickers and I'm going to add them to each cluster. And they're really just tiny and cute. And you can barely see them. You can see them in the still shot photos. And I know ladybugs don't really have anything to do with Tinkerbell, but they just add a little something to the clusters. You can see I just added one in each little area. So now I'm adding a few more of these stars, and the reason I'm choosing the stars is because at the very end, which I will start to show you, I don't make you watch the entire process of me gluing them all down, but I'm going to take some confetti. I think it's called confetti pieces, or I don't know. I have some that are star silver shaped, and on the other layout that I did using this collection with Tinkerbell, I also added those stars all over on that one as well. So it just helps it kind of go together even more. I did try to add another butterfly since I had one in that top left corner, but it just didn't work, so I didn't bother with it. So these are the stars. I had a few different colors of stars, but I ultimately just decided to go with the silver ones. I thought maybe these little teeny ones that I have that are kind of that bluish teal color, but they were too small and they kind of clashed with the pink. So all I really do is I take some and I kind of just drop them on there so that they're very random. And I do move them a little bit when I glue them down, but you can see here how it just looks like fun stars all over the place. And it really kind of makes me think of pixie dust. So thank you so much for watching. This was great. I love this layout and I can't wait to do more with this collection. Don't forget to follow the links below, and I hope to see you back next month. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.